Hi everyone, I'm Ian from QTips, and this next video is an extract from one of my courses called Getting Started with QGIS, and this is a presentation on what QGIS is. So if you're brand new to QGIS, this is the perfect course for you to just describe what QGIS is, and if you are interested in doing the full course, go ahead and look for it on my qtips.co.za learning channel, and it is a free course called Getting Started. So go register for that course, enroll there, and you'll be able to do the course for free. So with that, let's get going with this course on what is QGIS. Hi everyone, it's Ian again from QTips, and in this next chapter, we are going to have a look at QGIS in a bit more detail. So what is QGIS? Well, QGIS is a desktop GIS software solution. So perhaps we can describe what a desktop GIS solution is, and then we'll have a look at QGIS. So what is a desktop GIS solution? Well, a desktop GIS is a software application that lets you perform typical GIS functions directly on your computer. And these could include viewing, creating, editing, and analyzing geospatial data. In other words, working with both maps and then also the data behind them. And this software provides the environment in which we manage, visualize, and interpret spatial information before we share our results. And then what is QGIS? Well, QGIS, previously known as Quantum GIS, is a free and open source desktop GIS application. It runs on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux, and supports a wide range of spatial data formats. With QGIS, you can view, edit, print, and analyze geospatial data in one unified platform. Although QGIS does include web and mobile components, in this tutorial we'll just focus specifically on the QGIS desktop application. Okay, so let's go over a brief history of QGIS. QGIS began as far back as 2002, originally created by Gary Sherman as a simple GIS data viewer called Quantum GIS. Then in 2007, QGIS became an official project of the Open Source Geospatial Foundation, giving it formal backing and long-term community support. In 2013, the name officially changes from Quantum GIS to QGIS, and since then, QGIS has evolved into a fully fledged GIS suite with advanced tools for mapping, analysis, and data management. And then today, QGIS is maintained by a global network of developers, translators, and volunteers, and is used by governments, universities, NGOs, and private companies worldwide. Now, a realistic fear for anyone who uses free software is that it might not always be free. So you might ask the relevant question, will it ever be sold under license? And the answer to that is no, and that is guaranteed by law. QGIS is released under the GNU General Public License, GPL, which ensures that both the software and its source code will always remain free and open. Anyone may use and distribute QGIS provided those same freedoms are preserved. Okay, your next question might be, how often is QGIS updated? Well, QGIS follows a predictable release schedule. It has regular releases. A new version of QGIS is typically released every 4 months, and these versions introduce new features, interface improvements, performance enhancements, and bug fixes. They're ideal for users who like to stay on the cutting edge and explore the latest tools as soon as they become available. Then there's something called the long-term release, or LTR, and once a year the QGIS community designates one version as the long-term release. The LTR is maintained and supported for approximately 12 to 18 months, receiving only bug fixes and security updates. And this makes it the recommended choice for training environments, production systems, and organizations that need maximum reliability. So, how is something that is free sustained? And why do developers contribute? QGIS thrives through a mix of community effort, sponsorship, and professional engagement. So it's not just goodwill. So QGIS is sustained through community developers and passion projects. Many contributors are GIS professionals, academics, and developers who use QGIS every day. They contribute code, translations, and documentation because it improves the tools they depend on and builds their reputation in a global open source community. Then it is also sustained through corporate and institutional sponsorship. Governments, universities, and companies that rely on QGIS often become official sponsors, and their funding supports project infrastructure, developer meetings, translation work, and then also long-term maintenance. Then there's also donations and paid development. Users and organizations can donate regularly to the QGIS.org program or contact developers who create new features which are then shared with everyone. And then QGIS also has a transparent sustainability model where all project funds are managed transparently under the Open Source Geospatial Foundation, ensuring money goes towards maintenance, documentation, and community development, not profit. So QGIS is sounding pretty good. Is it worth investing time in learning QGIS? Well, absolutely, I would say it is worth investing your time in learning QGIS for many reasons we've already listed. It's free and open source, so no license, no hidden costs, and it's powered by a big global community. It's highly compatible. It opens almost any spatial data format and stacks up really well against the other traditional big names of GIS software. And then it's constantly evolving. Because it's open source, new features and updates are constantly being added. It runs on anything, so it's cross-platform. So it runs on Windows, Mac, and Linux, and you can easily export your work to other tools like Google Earth, and you can share projects across platforms. So if you're working in Windows and you export a project, then a colleague can open that same project on a Mac. You won't have any issues there. And then there's strong community support. So this is something I alluded to in the first chapter, where I was comparing proprietary and open source software. And I went on to say that it was possibly a disadvantage that there may be a support issue in that you're not spending money on a license, so no one's obligated to help you. But in truth, there's tons of support online. There's lots of tutorials and forums, and others are always prepared to help. And specifically in this open source community, people are always willing to help online. So learning QGIS builds transferable GIS skills that apply across all modern spatial platforms, both open source and commercial. So if you've learned a set of tools and skills in QGIS, those will be readily and easily transferable should you move to an organization that uses proprietary software like Esri. So it will never be time wasted. Okay, so it is definitely worth investing your time in learning QGIS. Next, we will be exploring the QGIS website, where we will download and then install QGIS desktop on our PC. And thereafter, we will open up a project that has been set up in QGIS just to get an idea of what is possible and continue on our QGIS journey. So let's get going with downloading and installing QGIS. Okay, so that's it for that video. Like I said, if you are interested in doing the full course, go have a look for it on the QTips Learning channel. And with that, till next time, I'm Ian from QTips. Cheers.